fucking time you should fuck up my makeup is when you piping me down. Not to make up a breakup. If you gon' get on my nerves and get up under my skin, I got 8,000 in my clit, bitch. Get on one of them. I don't ask for much, just some good deed. Text back quick, love and loyalty. Why you say you want an angel, but then bring out the devil? I ain't gotta do shit. I'll just hand you a shovel and watch you bury yourself. I'm a man-eater, born leader, diva, grim reaper, heavy hitter, Derek Jeter, waving to my haters with just a middle finger. Y'all wanna play with me? I wouldn't either. All-American dirtbag, white trash off the meter, throwing back that bass, twerking in my wife beater, pussy cleaver. Yeah, you know you got the fever, and I'm running these hoes with my feet up. Look who's laughing now.
Look who's laughing now.
Bitch, you shut your mouth.
Bitch, you shut your mouth. All the way to the bank. All the way to the bank.
I'm a monster, boss Sata. I came to slaughter, martyr, Joan of Arc, the white Carter, spit magic, Slytherin. I'm Harry Potter, look like Harley Quinn, but no joke, I'm Bane's daughter. Aries incarnate, worship at my altar. Body ethereal, like the gods brought her. Elixir de la vida, yeah, that flow water. I'm a giant Goliath, mind on Mensa, brain Harvard. Look who's laughing now.
Look who's laughing now.
Bitch, you shut your mouth.
Bitch, you shut your mouth. All the way to the bank. All the way to the bank. Seriously though, hey.
Pushing like pudding, like butter, like gold. You wanna get the cash, you wanna get the food. You wanna find the fake, you wanna be seen. You wanna bang an addict, but you're already a fiend. Fuck it, the whole world is gonna see. High off fumes, addicted to the fight. What's it all for? Like you don't really know. Another on the hook, coming on right now. You push your motherfucker, fucking back again. And they say that you were free, now you're locked in a cage. Push naked life is on the line. You want a reason why, now you're begging for a sign. Maybe we're all fucked. Maybe we're all burned. Maybe we're all just perfect. Yeah. Maybe we're all dying. Maybe we're right. Maybe we're all just parasites.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Cinnamon Girl, Amazing Grace, Ghost, of course. Hey, Connie, Jaded, SDA. Hey, Lady K. Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, I see that Ghost is typing in the chat as me. Hey, Cat65. Welcome in, Vladdy. Hey, Rapper, Dodie. Yeah, my voice is still like half gone. Y'all will have to deal with that. No apologies. So I'm not apologizing for it. Hey, Mama Bear, Stasia. How you guys doing? Duck Duck Llama. And then we got, who else? Let's scroll down. Hello, Carrie. And then we got, hey, Kimmy Cans. What are you doing? SG. Lily Von Lobotomy. SDA. I don't know if I said SDA already, but hey, if you might get two. And then who else do we got in here? Scroll down more. Hello, good God Gertie. Welcome in. I hope you're doing good. So I have somebody somebody backstage, but I don't know if I'm right. He's been awfully sassy today. Rapper, I feel like it constantly is
I have
going up.
keys. Don't.
I feel like I'm squeaky today. If I were to yell at you, I would absolutely squeak. So I'm not going to yell at anybody. I'm going to try not to yell at Ghost, okay?
Ah.
Hey, Mags. Uh, Mags, I just seen that you messaged me. I'm going to see what I could do about getting some faces on some things. So, God, you see how he is? There goes the voice crack already. But before we get too much into our, we got some conspiracy theories, some just theories in general. We got a bunch of shit we're going to look at today. We're not going to be on too long because Ghost and I do have plans. So we have to touch grass for a minute today. You know, everybody should. It's a beautiful day outside. Well, here, anyways. Oh my gosh, tweet, don't you do that. Everyone upset Peachy so we can hear the squeak. No. Don't. Traveling but listening. Well, you have a safe travel. Look, Vladdy already took her dogs out for this. You see that? She was prepared. Sundress weather, yes. So before we get to we hop into our content for the day, and before we bring, you know, the guy backstage up, uh, let's do this, and then we'll. And welcome back, everybody. I guess it's time to bring our special guest up. So let me welcome to the stage the man that needs no introduction because he himself is a whole introduction. Ghost.
Facts. I am a whole introduction, ain't I?
You are.
Hey, can I start the show off with a little bit of drama, please?
Maybe, possibly. I don't. Sure,
Hey,
sure. It's,
actually,
I take no
you might
accountability
want
for
to
what
hold on a
Ghost says or
second.
does.
You might want to hold on a second because I
Oh,
think the song just got your stream taken
it
down.
did. Hold on.
Yeah, it did.
90 seconds and we'll be back.
Ah, 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 ah. Yeah.
Yeah. Of course,
Use that.
if it was a shorter song, it wouldn't have done that.
I think I've played the actual song before and it hasn't done that.
But that was theirs. It was just their lyric version.
Oh that's definitely what it was then. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should be back soon. Do 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 do.
You're gonna be like, oh, she's AI.
Oh God, they're gonna take my whole damn channel.
Take her monetization
Take
away.
it away. I'm not monetized, so. Oh, here it comes.
How'd you know that?
Because I can see it. It
I'm
loaded.
refreshing on my side. No, not on my side.
No. Well, chat's still working, so they didn't take it down.
Yeah, chat's still going.
Mm-hmm. There we go. We're back.
Ah,
Yep. Music got us.
it was my fault.
Your
You
fault.
brought me up, and YouTube was like, "Nope, not today, Satan."
Yep. Take this. They were like, nah, we already know what's gonna
See,
happen here. That
see,
was the sign from the Lord above to not talk about what you want to talk. I don't even know what you want to talk about first, but that was the sign from the Lord above.
Come on, just let me do it. It's a honey dick. It's not even like I'm really
Oh,
doing it.
okay. If it's a honey dick, then go right ahead. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna mention any names or anything like that, but I'm gonna break you know my the voice that I do when I'm talking to somebody specific out there, because I know they're probably watching, because they're more than likely shitting their pants wondering what the fuck I'm actually doing. You know that?
No, I don't know that, but I do know that, you know?
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Okay. So, um this weekend, you guys want to have possibly, I have to still get the details set in stone, but this weekend, do you guys want to have an exposed show? Huh? Do you guys like when certain characters around YouTube, they run around and they say things and they do things, and they're like, oh, that's just wrong, you shouldn't do things like that, and then turn around and they're doing 10 times worse in real life? You guys like a good
Oh.
expose? You guys like a good expose?
Oh.
Huh?
You know, people are literally going to be freaking out right now, but it literally it's literally about something completely different.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone's gonna be freaking right now, but it has nothing to do with who they think it is.
It's a good honey dick.
And
It is a good one.
the best part about it, I didn't even need Dejan's help this time. What? Hey, Dejan, show up to the show this weekend. I'm gonna do something. Proceed.
All right. Well, that was a good honey dick. And it took me a second, but I knew what you were talking about then. That's why I was like, "Oh God, people are gonna have a meltdown," when literally it's not nothing to nothing. It's
Well, it's
something.
something to some. It's something to say.
Right.
It's something. Okay. Let's just say I'll give some. I don't even know. Nope, I'm not doing it. Fuck off. Sit
Honey
and
dicks.
fucking worry. Honey dick. Ha! What are we talking about today?
Honey dick. Well, first off, I'm gonna go ahead and play this.
Is it crack? No. It's monster drinks with 5 hours of sleep, a vape, and a strong, hard will determinedness to constantly wake up and shit on these bitches.
Facts. Gotta have the vape and the Monster energy drinks.
You have
So-
to be careful about saying you're gonna shit on bitches, because
I'll
there's
shit all
people-
over them.
There's people that I cover now that like to poop on people.
Oh,
Just saying.
they like to like use house body towels as toilet paper. That's gross. Ugh. Okay, so first off, we are going to we're gonna have to skip some because there's a section of these that are for my regular TikToks, and then down a little farther is another section for us. So this actually was in 2004.
Why don't we just?
This is where Whitney, what's her name? Whitney Cummings. Is that her name?
Cummings. Yep.
Yes, she is a comedian, and they didn't cut her camera when they were supposed to cut it during the ball drop of 2004 going into 2005. And this is what came out of that. If it'll play. Well, come on now. See, this is why I'd rather use your computer.
Say a bunch of things.
Will you allow me?
Why don't we just say a bunch of things that we know that they'll never cover? Okay, ready, go. Trump Jr. didn't have any silverware in his house. No one thought that was weird? Are we still rolling? Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia put money into Disney, so just know there won't be any girl characters in the next Cars movie. Are we still rolling? This is wild. The why have so many presidents' chefs died? Weird. Boy Scout of America, they renamed itself Scouting America. You know who else changed their name? Sean Combs. Just saying. Let's learn something in 2025. I can't believe you guys are still letting me go. This is amazing. I love CNN. Please stop me, Andy, because I will just keep going.
Happy New Year, Whitney Cummings.
Am I still streaming?
Yes.
That's amazing. Why don't we just say a bunch of things that we know that they'll never cover? Okay.
So what'd you think about that? Did you think that like she was trying to get the stream taken down, or was she just saying things out of her ass?
I think I don't know. Like it's difficult. Like I see, this is where I have issues. Like when celebrities per se say stuff like this. I don't know. I'm just I just kind of like take it as a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know.
No,
Um,
she is a comedian. Yes, she's amazing. So, and then we will move on to the next one.
Will you allow me one conspiracy theory?
Yes.
You get
Okay.
one.
You ready? Okay.
Yeah.
We had people who wanted to go back in space, but we needed an adversary. And we knew at the rate China's economy was growing, that if we don't
Did you or did you not just talk to me about this?
I
The other
I
day?
literally, yeah, I literally told, and this is probably very close to around the same, and I'm gonna call it a theory because I mean, there's some truth behind it. So I mean, technically, you can put some truth behind this, so that it is a very good theory, and I think it draws some it should raise some eyebrows anyway.
Yes. So we'll continue with the video. Oh my gosh. Hit
No,
play.
invite them on the space station, they'll build their own damn space program. That's exactly what they did. And within years of that, 10 years of that, they sent their first taikonaut into orbit, plans to build a space station, they're landing craft around the solar system, and now they're talking about sending astronauts to the moon. All of a sudden, here in the United States, we say, I think we should go back to the moon. Bada bing! We now have the Artemis program. That's my conspiracy theory. Will you allow me one conspiracy theory?
You get
Okay.
one.
You ready? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I actually have a picture.
Hold
of
on.
myself.
I'm going to have to refresh. It will
Of,
not let me pause. Okay. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
So,
So,
there's actually a little more to that last one while you're getting back to that. It actually goes a little bit deeper, and I don't know if you have another video on this or not, but it goes a little deeper than that. There is some truth behind if you look at the timeline behind when we decided to go back to the moon and everything like that. There is some relative truth behind that timeline, but the more crazier part about that is that there's a reason like we're going back to the moon, and it's a little bit bigger than just us going back to the moon, if you will. There's certain things on the moon that we're now discovering that we didn't know back then that we're curious about. And when I say things like that is we've always had a curiosity for the dark side of the moon, and because of that is there's constantly debris hitting the dark side of the moon, okay? And I know this is crazy, but you guys just follow me for a second. This is one theory, that there's debris that hits the dark side of the moon, and because it doesn't really hit any sunlight, all of these craters that some debris, asteroids, whatever you want to call it, hits the moon, at the very bottom of it, there's no sunlight. So there's I think you want to call them molecules or whatever you want to call them in the bottom of these craters, basically, that have been sitting there for hundreds and hundreds of thousands of years, that now we're curious about, like what can these unknown molecules at the bottom of these craters do. So like the theory goes a little bit deeper than that. He hit basically like this, he scratched the surface of it. But like that's the beginning of like that whole like why we went back to the moon after 50 some years.
right.
And like Munchie said, science.
Yeah, I had ran across something that was kind of along the lines the same thing you were saying. Like one theory is the whatever's hitting the dark side of the moon, leaving the craters, is leaving what I heard was liquids behind. Like liquids will build up in the bottom of those craters, and what is in those liquids is what people are curious
about. Yeah, that's what we want to, and it's almost like a refining process, if you will. We want to refine those, and you could even call it a mineral at the bottom of these things. We want to refine those minerals. We've never seen stuff like this before. So
Right. Yeah. So Sapphire is here. Hey, Mama Sapphire.
yeah.
And then we got Mountain Violet. And I love how she
Hello.
always says Grand Rising instead of like good morning, and I love it. It's my favorite. So, yeah, and then we are going to move on to the next one now that I think I fixed it.
Well, I actually have a picture on my cell phone of 2 actual ETs.
Okay, do you have these pictures right now?
Yeah.
Can you show them on the camera?
Oh, I'd have to fish them out, but yeah, they're pretty amazing, actually. So this is one, and he very triangular shaped head, almost like a beak-like face. It was at an event we did out in the Arizona desert a couple years ago. There were about 30 witnesses to this.
I'm not seeing it. Like, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be seeing here.
I mean, it's okay. So not when you think alien, everyone thinks a little green guy. You know what I'm saying? Not every entity, because as you could call it, you could call it an entity at this point. It's not of our world, right? So
Hey, Mama T.
I think when everyone gets the thought of, oh, this is a alien, they think of fucking E.T., the movie E.T. with phone home, and he's got the
Right.
bright up finger and everything like that. And I don't think that's necessarily the case. And I do agree with Munchie once again. I'm going to say if I seen Pyramid Head rolling around in the Arizona desert, my fat ass is running the opposite way.
Yeah, I could agree. Pyramid Head is terrifying, and I would be out instantly. Hey, Pink Warrior. It's good to see you. Welcome back in, Constance. So I'm going to hit play on this. And it's still not fixed, by the way. It told me to fuck off, so I have to hit the button like 10 times for it to play.
Yeah. Hold on.
This photograph
Oh, there it goes.
was taken with a really good Nikon camera. So a person took a picture of it. Now this was under low light conditions, but it's very clear what it is. And it's an extraterrestrial being that's sort of levitating, floating out in the desert just outside our circle. So yeah, we have a lot of unusual material. Well, I actually have a picture on my cell.
What is the one conspiracy you believe in?
Hey, stop it real quick. So I'm gonna highlight Sapphire's comment real quick, and I do agree
I'm
with
gonna
what
come
she
get
says.
my mouse.
Okay. I have to agree with what Sapphire says. There is a big difference, and the reason why I call them, and like I said, the reason why I call them entities is because, like I said, they're not of this world. So I mean, you can categorize a lot of things in an entity. So that's why I called it that.
Very true. Very true.
What's the one conspiracy that I believe in? I believe that elements of the CIA were involved in the killing of John Kennedy. I believe elements of the Israeli government were involved in the killing of John Kennedy.
Really?
I do.
Which element puts it together?
I was waiting for the president to declassify all of the remaining JFK documents.
Yes.
He said he did. He
Not
didn't.
all of it, yeah.
No. There's still several thousand pages, and I'm told that they point directly at the Israelis.
Really?
Mhm.
What is the one?
So that is completely new to me.
Which part? Because there's
so
actually a couple different things in that.
I do believe, in my opinion, that the government did play a role in JFK's death. But I did not know, or I have not heard, that it was Israeli ties. So that part was new to me.
Yeah, I've heard that before. That's not the first time, and you can disagree with it. Like, yeah, you can disagree with it, but you can't set it to the side. Like, you have to that I don't know. I think that what he says there has to stay in the back of your mind, like when thinking of that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Um, we've always had some kind of tie with those countries, always. So would it
Right.
surprise me? No, not. Yeah, and just like Sapphire says there, most all CIA has Israeli ties, in my opinion, and
Mhm.
I have to agree with that. A lot of supposedly a lot of training and everything like that is, well, that's a different story. But yeah, go ahead.
Right. Well, thank you for hanging out, Turtle Dove. And Virgo, I seen you sneak in up there. So, yeah, I've definitely heard that the, government, CIA, whatever, played a role, but the Israel tie was new to me, so I found that interesting. So, we'll move on to the next one. Do you know who Bill Cooper is?
Yes. Does it say it in this video at all?
No, but if you want, you can tell him who Bill Cooper is. It's up to you.
Here, hold on a second. The best. So just play the video. We'll talk about the video. That's it. I feel like we're going into a whole different subject by that. Let's
So
listen to the video first. Maybe I can. I don't know. Go ahead. Do
Short-
it.
Oh, I lost you. What happened? Oh, you're back.
I'm here. Sorry.
So, no, you're fine. Short answer: Bill Cooper is a old school conspiracy theorist. So, back before my time.
What role in the Middle East again does Israel play in this?
Israel was created as the instrument to bring about the Battle of Armageddon and the fulfillment of prophecy, a war that will be so terrible, where nuclear weapons will be used, so that the American citizens and the other people in the world will get down on their knees and beg for no more war. And what is the answer to that? They're going to be told the only way we can guarantee no more war is if we destroy the sovereignty of nations and we come together as one humanity in a one world government.
Right.
And I'm telling you, unless the American people wake up and stop it, starting in about 1996, the Battle of Armageddon will become a reality.
Have you ever heard of Project Blue Dream?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, if anybody in the chat is curious, that is also another good rabbit hole to go down. Is if you look up Project Blue Dream. So it ties in with all of this. Hey, Girl Ghost. Yes, Sapphire. I have that saved and I want to watch it. Now that I'm finding out more about this Bill Cooper guy, I'm interested.
Hey, why? I have a stupid question. When was does this video have like a date in the more section or anything, like when it was made or anything? I don't see anything. I'm just curious because I think he mentions 1996, and if I'm not mistaken, like don't correct me if I'm wrong here, but wasn't that when Operation Desert Strike or whatever in Iraq started?
You mean the one that we just had? The
Hold
first?
On. No. Hold on. I can't. I'm pretty sure it was 96, but I don't. Strike start. It says it's 91. Okay.
91.
That's Desert Storm. What the fuck? Google, get your shit together. I'm pretty sure it was in 96, though.
Google likes.
Oh no, it's
Google
saying
fucking
91.
up.
The results refer to Operation Desert Storm. If you intended to refer to the 1996 strike on Iraq, that was Operation Desert Strike. So yeah, right there, September of 1996. Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Strike was in 96 and Storm was in 91. So I was pretty sure it was around that timeline. That's why when he said that year, that's why it stuck out to me.
Yes, Lady K. Yep. I've been learning about that too. So, and that's how I found out about Bill Cooper, was through looking into Project Blue Dream. So, Mountain Violet says, for me, when someone says alien, I change it to fallen angels and everything begins to fit for me. I don't believe in aliens. I mean, that's a good way to look.
So, and I'll talk a little bit about that because in the Christian religion, that's basically what some of these things are. Is when people talk about aliens, they're not necessarily aliens. They're just demons. When we say that an angel came in, or an alien came and visited us, it was really, it was an angel. There's been people witness saying that, I've seen angels before and everything like that. So, I mean, you can't, I completely understand where you're coming from, because when I was younger, I did a lot of studying into different religions, more than I probably should have. And it was just a curiosity. It's just like Sapphire says. The Bible basically, no, you're good. It explains a lot of it in there. So, that's understandable why you would believe there's no aliens. I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah.
And I can see that as well, Munchie.
Oh shit. My computer.
I do it.
I think I'm sitting too far from the Wi-Fi. Because your voice will just fade out for me and you'll be gone. And then my screen will do the little circle thing. So, but hey, it's still working. So I'm going to roll with it.
Seems fine to me.
Well, yeah, because you're connected to the direct connect, of course.
What's up?
You said that you've seen evidence. Like, what kind of evidence have you seen?
I have seen photos. I have seen.
What have you seen photos of?
So I was in a skiff, and I can't discuss all that was in a skiff, but what I can tell you is based on the photos that I've seen, I'm very confident that there's things out there that have not been created by mankind.
It seems crazy that people have access to information that shows that there's something outside of us that is more intelligent, at least more capable than we are, and they hide it from everybody else.
What I can tell you is that when you have thousands upon thousands of people around the planet throughout time that have reported something,
right?
To say that those people are crazy, to say that the whole concept of even just asking the question that you might not necessarily be psychologically sound, that in itself, that's a disinformation campaign to get people to shut up about it. And that's a problem. We know that the US government has not exactly been clean in a lot of what they've done with the American people, specifically to the topic of UFOs.
Which makes you think that it's probably because there's something there. If you think about the motivation they had with Project Blue Book, when J. Allen Hynek was running Project Blue Book, this specific intention was to discredit all stories.
And he ended up ultimately, though, after all of his investigations, becoming someone that was like, I think something, but that's true. By the way, a lot of people might not necessarily go onto Google and look up that information.
Wait, did you just break
ability?
What did I break?
Maybe you are too far. Maybe you are just like glurped out for a second.
I told you.
Just keep rolling. I'll be right back.
Okay.
For this tech, being that it exists to change dependence for entire governments on things like fossil fuel, etc. Look, I think everyone has a moral obligation to do what they think is right. Okay. And so if you're in a position of power and you see something wrong and you're not addressing it, I think this in itself, getting the truth out there for people to decide for themselves. I'm not telling you what to believe. I'm just telling you in our investigations and what we are pushing for in regards to transparency. I would like to see the federal government roll out some of the stuff that we've been given access to, because I think that information belongs in the hands of the American people. And it's not even just the US government. I mean, there's other countries around the world that have done certain things like this. Now, look, I've had a lot of crazy people show up at my office, and like I've heard it all. Yeah, I've been to Mars. I have a chip in my brain, all this stuff.
They all have chips.
We had this one guy that showed up that was like trying to give us a USB. He's like, put this in your computer. They're going to kill me for this. And like runs away. And I'm like, I'm not putting that in my computer. But
so yeah, like I definitely, and then they tried to say, like, we were always told that other beings were above us, right? Then we were told that's not true, that they come from the water. They're below us. So I'm still just like, hey, whatever. I believe there's something else out there, but I don't know where it comes from. So
yeah, I don't know when it comes to that. Like, I don't know. I've always been, the alien stuff is interesting, but it's never interested me. You know what I'm saying?
Wheels.
Like, I think the Bob Lazar. Sorry, I think Bob Lazar. I think his story and the stuff that he tells is probably, in my opinion, one of the most compelling to believe that there is, that out there. I mean, Christ, the man says he worked on this shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
right.
Sorry, I was reading that.
Oh no, you're good. But I actually recently there was a guy that flew his drone over Area 51 and was able to get the most clear footage that we've ever been able to get. And it's saved in here too, so.
These are the same people who sort of didn't notice somehow that on Inauguration Day, the president did not take his oath of office with his hand on the Bible. His wife stood next to him holding it. I was about 15 feet away and saw it, but he did not put his hand on the Bible. And that should have been maybe a clue that we need to pause and think about, what is this? Why wouldn't you put your hand on the Bible? If you don't believe in the Bible, you think it's just a book, there's no cost to you to putting your hand on it, just kind of following the protocol, going along with the tradition. All presidents do it. Why aren't you doing it? And you're not doing it intentionally. You're choosing not to put your hand on the Bible when you take that oath. That suggests not that you don't believe it's real, because if you didn't believe it was real, why would you care? You'd put on the costume and take it off. It doesn't matter. That suggests you know it is real and you're rejecting it intentionally. You know what you're doing and you're doing it anyway.
So I did look into it, and Tucker Carlson, that is who this is, he is right that every president in the past, from the beginning of our presidents, has sworn in and put their hand on the Bible.
Not true.
Not true. Really?
I have to disagree with that, because no, they haven't all used the Bible. There's been I'd have to look it up real quick, but there has been presidents that have used different books than the Bible that we've so been told. I think the difference is what we're trying to point out here is there was no, I don't think Trump placed his hand on anything, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm wrong on that.
So, okay, so there's been a law book.
Mm-hmm.
There has been a Catholic Missal, Missal. I can't pronounce that. And Calvin Coolidge had the Bible present, but did not place his hand on it. So you're right.
Yeah, I didn't know like what the books were, but I knew that there was some presidents that hadn't used the Bible. I think there's something else too. I can't remember exactly now, but yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think Trump was pretty much like, "No, I'm not putting my hand on that." So there wasn't like any technical, like ever hand placing on any book technically.
It just, in my brain, it makes me wonder if you call yourself a religious person, what would be the harm in placing your hand on a book that you follow? But that's just me.
I can even respect the fact that if you don't want to use the Bible, like some of the other ones, they didn't feel like using the Bible. I can respect that. That's your religion.
Right.
You're a president. Like, that nothing but respect there. But yeah, to completely refuse to do it is interesting. Just interesting.
It is. And hearing one of his biggest, this is coming from one of his prior biggest supporters. So that's where it got me interested, is, coming from Tucker Carlson. So
My thing with Tucker is Tucker's got a lot of bad blood. He's got a lot of built up hate for, individuals like Trump. And this isn't me like sticking up for Trump or anything, but like,
but
I
this
can
is a
understand.
newfound hate.
No, you're right. You're right. You're totally right. You're totally right. This is the newfound, like, this drop, but like, when you, I have tough time believing, like I said earlier, like with the whole like celebrity shit. Like I have a tough time believing celebrities at the end of the day. It's kind of like Tucker. Like, I have a tough time believing him.
Did you see what Sapphire said?
I did, and I wasn't gonna say it, but that's kind of one of the
hate. Okay.
There you go. So like, I don't know.
This is why I like doing this, because you kind of get like everybody's perspective, and we don't all have to agree, but look at us getting along. Look at that.
See, but here's the thing, like, this is what, and let me prove my point why I don't really like listening to everything Tucker says, because it just doesn't feel right to me. I mean, he literally just said in that video, like, Trump was the only president to ever, da 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 da. But in theory, like, that wasn't the case. It's actually this way. So it's like, if you're going to put the information out there right, put it out right. That's all I'm saying. Don't twist it, because then you've got people like me that come in and be like, nah, dude, you twisted the actual truth when this is the actual truth. And I also could believe Mr. Nobody. He is a lizard man from the moon, possibly from Venus.
All right. And then here is the Area 51 footage that I was telling you about.
This is awesome. Somebody was able to film Area 51, and it's not crazy blurry. It's not fake. This is real. It's recent, and I find it totally fascinating. So a creator that goes by Jerry Arizona traveled to Nevada, hiked up a ridge outside of Area 51, and pointed his telescopic camera straight at the base. We're obviously not supposed to see what he filmed, but somehow he got the shot. There's a bunch of footage, but check some of this out.
Here you can see some radar, and there's one of those F-16s. Wow, it's super cool to see one of the Groom Lake F-16s up close like this. I think we might have a camo dude. It looks white. Yeah, that's definitely a white pickup. It just came from the gate. Let's see where this truck is going. Looks like it's some large metal structures, metal shelters or something over there. One lone Janet fly.
This is awesome.
Right? Munchies, and that's when he knew he fucked up. But yeah, I thought, if this is real, which, everything can be faked, but it's one of the clearest videos that we've seen supposedly inside of Area 51.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think much goes on at Area 51 anymore.
I have to agree with you. There's too much hype around it now.
Yeah, well, I mean, not only that, like, do I think there's things that are still going on at Area 51? obviously there is, or it wouldn't be so still well protected. But like, do I think like I just don't think I think what's actually happening isn't happening at Area 51 anymore. Like that's old news, son. That's now like hangars for this and that and storage, more or
Yep.
less.
Right. Me too, Sapphire. I've definitely like to listen to him.
I've
His
always
shows
liked
are
Sean
good.
Ryan. He puts on his interviews that he does, like regardless if he likes the person or not, like he still puts on phenomenal fucking interviews. And at the end of the day, like any dude that can set and expose a PDF file ring, and then for that PDF file ring to come back and put a what do they call those where you can't talk about them, whatever it's called, I can't remember.
Right.
And then basically take that that thing saying you can't talk about us anymore and pull a Gypsy Rose and wipe his ass with it is an okay man in my book.
Oh, Sapphire, that going back to Sapphire's original comment when she said that she's seen this stuff her whole life, being from Vegas and the Nevada test site, that her dad drove into Area 51 on the daily, and that is right. Her dad passed away. Yeah.
That's true. I forgot about I didn't think about that.
I mean, there could be hype or it could be something, you know? Well, we will move on to the next one.
6 top-level U.S. scientists linked to UFO and space programs have vanished in the past year alone, and it's time to talk about it. Let's say hypothetically the U.S. were in possession of alien technology and were studying it. What kind of scientists would be involved? Think advanced propulsion, plasma physics, nuclear research, deep space observation. Now listen to this list. First, Monica Reza, aerospace engineer working on advanced rocket materials tied to defense-funded programs. She disappears in 2025 while hiking, never found. Her specialty, rocket propulsion advanced materials. That's literally the same category of tech that people speculate about when they talk about non-human and next-gen propulsion systems. Number 2, Melissa Cassius. Melissa worked for the Los Alamos National Laboratory. She resets her phone, walks toward a forest, and vanishes. Los Alamos isn't just nuclear weapons. It's one of the most classified research hubs in the country. And in UFO circles, it's constantly mentioned in conversations about reverse engineering unknown tech. Number 3, Jacob Pritchard. Jacob's a defense analyst connected to Air Force research. In mid-2025, Jacob Pritchard is involved in a murder-suicide resulting in the deaths of his wife, his colleague, and himself. Jacob's field, same exact ecosystem. Air Force research, advanced systems, and classified work. Number 4, Nuno Loureiro, MIT plasma physicist, shot and killed in his home. Plasma physics is a huge deal. It's directly tied to fusion energy, advanced propulsion, and theories around unidentified aerial phenomenon. Number 5, Carl Grillmayer, astrophysicist at Caltech, shot and killed in his own home. Carl's work focused on space observation programs. And finally, we have the most recent William Neal McCaslin. William is a retired Air Force general and the former head of the Air Force Research Laboratory. A few weeks ago, he just disappears. And this is where it gets uncomfortable. Because the Air Force Research Laboratory isn't just defense. It sits at the intersection of cutting-edge aerospace, classified tech, and historically UFO-related research pipelines. Now, let's zoom out a bit. All of these people work in overlapping spaces. Defense research, aerospace, nuclear labs, plasma physics, same funding pipeline, same national security umbrella. And this cluster of disappearances has happened in less than a year. And happening right now, we have multiple members of Congress who are starting to speak more openly about what they've been briefed on. Matt Gaetz is now blowing the whistle on what he's calling an alien hybrid breeding program that is being run by the military. And when asked about it recently on Newsmax, sitting Representative Tim Burchett said that he couldn't confirm or deny these claims from Matt Gaetz, but he did say that what he's been briefed on in classified briefings would shock the world. It's obvious that there is some sort of momentum building up here on this UFO topic. The timing sure is interesting. I mean, don't stop talking about the Epstein files, but what are we dealing with here? 6.
So, do you think it's just coincidence that 6 scientists are either missing or dead, or do you think that maybe it could be connected?
Yeah, I think there's definitely more to it. I don't know what, but I definitely think there's more there to it. So.
I do too. And you have like national news. Like I know that like some people are, some people aren't a fan of Fox News. I seen them actually cover it about how 6 scientists are missing and what fields they worked in. So it's actually making big news. So it's it's a little weird. And then oh, here is another one. This one is switching topics. And it is we're gonna hear a little bit about Prince.
Prince knew everything. Then he died. He didn't go crazy. He went free, and that's exactly what got him killed. In 1993, Prince changed his name to an unpronounceable symbol. Every major publication mocked him, called him unstable, called it a publicity stunt. But Prince was completely clear about what he was doing. Warner Bros. Owned his name. Legally, contractually, they owned the word Prince. So he stopped being Prince. You can't own a symbol nobody can say. He wrote slave on his face to press junkets, not for drama, as a literal description of what a record contract does to an artist. Here's where it gets strange. Prince spent his final years compiling everything. Names, contracts, royalty structures, deals made between labels and radio stations to control what music the public was allowed to hear. He gave interviews where he said the music industry was a plantation and artists were the product, not the talent. He was scheduled to release a tell-all memoir in May 2016 with a major publisher. People close to him said it contained specific names, specific numbers, specific deals that would have exposed how the entire industry actually operates. He died on April 21st, 2016, 3 weeks before that book was due, ruled an accidental fentanyl overdose. No water found in his body despite being on a long flight, no prescription bottle, no history of opioid use according to his doctor. The memoir was never published. The files were never released. Maybe Prince wasn't crazy. Maybe he was just too close to something real.
So the changing the name to like a symbol, that was a genius move on his part because you can't copyright a symbol, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I thought that this was interesting because one, it's not the first time I've heard it. And two, now you have Joe Rogan talking about it. So I thought that, maybe more people aren't finding this as crazy as what we used to,
Do you think that people are selling their soul to become famous?
It's definitely a theory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look at what's been going on between Jelly Roll and what's Upchurch.
Yeah, Upchurch, yeah, that's true.
I mean, I listened to that video and Jelly Roll said that was some sus shit. I don't know what you were talking about, but it was sus. So, I don't know. Possibly look at how huge Jelly Roll got when he promised to take Upchurch with him, and Upchurch is kind of like a nobody now.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
So it's just a little weird. And I agree, Sapphire, that the industry it's definitely not what they portray in the forefront, And we're learning that even more and more recently. So, and then this one I showed you already. So you've seen this one, but you also found this interesting.
Wait, which one is it? Oh, this. Okay.
Yes, this one.
Theorist, but you don't have to be one to find this timeline interesting. In 2019, 5G networks started rolling out around the world, and shortly after, the very first cases of COVID started to appear. Now go back a little further, in 2009, 4G rolls out, and that's when the swine flu pandemic hits. In 1998, 3G technology starts spreading, and so does the avian flu. In 1991, 2G networks begin, and so does a major cholera outbreak. Go all the way back to the 70s when 1G starts appearing, and so does the Russian flu scare. Now around 1920, radio technology begins to spread across the world, right around the time of the Spanish flu pandemic. Now I'm not saying one is caused by the other, but when you line up the timelines, it makes you pause for a second. But what do I know? I'm just a conspiracy theorist. Let me know what you think.
And you said like that is interesting, right?
I literally said like the timeline is there. Like you can't argue that timeline. It's wild. Because you know you could be like, oh, it's just a coincidence, but to go back that far and that many coincidences is just crazy. Yeah, it's super interesting.
Yeah, and Traders she would be super into this one because she's real big in the G's, you know? So I was like, dang, this is
Gerbil?
no, like the 5Gs, the 4G. We're entering our 5G and all that. So
Oh.
Put your hands on your head, please.
Oh, nope. That's not yours. That's for me.
That was pretty funny though.
That was a funny one. All right. Here we go.
This is the biggest coincidence in history. Try asking your history teacher to explain this one. Abraham Lincoln was elected to Congress in 1846. John F. Kennedy was elected to Congress in 1946. Lincoln became president in 1860. Kennedy became president in 1960. Both leaders were deeply committed to civil rights. Both first ladies lost a child during their time in the White House. Both presidents were shot on a Friday, and both were shot in the head. Now, here's where it gets even stranger. Lincoln's secretary was named Kennedy. Kennedy's secretary was named Lincoln. Both were assassinated by men from the South. Both were succeeded by Southerners named Johnson. Andrew Johnson, who took over after Lincoln, was born in 1808. Lyndon Johnson, who took over after Kennedy, was born in 1908. John Wilkes Booth, Lincoln's assassin, was born in 1839. Lee Harvey Oswald, Kennedy's assassin, was born in 1939. Both assassins were known by their full 3 names. Both names contain exactly 15 letters. Hold on, it gets even more bizarre. Lincoln was shot in a theater named Ford. Kennedy was shot in a Lincoln car made by Ford. Booth and Oswald were both killed before going to trial. And finally, the wildest part, a week before Lincoln was assassinated, he was in Monroe, Maryland. A week before Kennedy was killed, he was with Marilyn Monroe. Lincoln was shot in a theater, and his killer fled to a warehouse. Kennedy was shot from a warehouse, and his killer ran to a theater.
Is that not like the craziest thing you've ever heard?
And I mean that is pretty crazy.
Like, is this the whole timeline shift? Like, did we hop through a different dimension?
I see. Like, I don't necessarily believe that has anything to do with like the whole and this goes to like CERN and everything like that. Like, they kicked that fucker on and we all switched dimensions and everything like that. Like,
oh, that's
sorry, I was
good,
reading
Mag.
Max's comment.
Yeah,
I was just
I
reading
mean-
that comment. I was literally just reading that. Damn. But yeah, I think that does a lot with the Mandela effect, and that's where you get that whole like, oh, the Berenstein Bears was never the Bernstein Bears or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which I don't agree. I don't disagree with. Like, yeah, we won't go into CERN unless you go into it.
All right, and then
This is the single most insane conspiracy theory out there right now. On the morning of Epstein's death, a person anonymously reported on 4chan that he witnessed weird happenings at the prison. He claims that Epstein was smuggled out the night before his death was reported. He witnessed an unauthorized van arriving at the same time that Epstein was escorted out, shackled to a wheelchair. The day after Epstein's death was reported, the U.S. Attorney General subpoenaed Apple, 4chan, and other entities to find out who exactly was this anonymous poster. So they did find out who this guy was. His name's Roberto, and he's an officer at the Metropolitan Correction Center in New York. If this all shakes out to be true, it's going to be a massive, massive scandal. Because now we have an eyewitness who claims that Epstein was smuggled out before the day of his alleged suicide. This is the single most insane.
So, if any of this is true, this might be worth looking into.
I mean, I don't know if it's true or not because we all seen the picture of Red Cross Trump healing Epstein.
Red Cross Trump. He was a doctor. You stop it.
Yeah, but he supports Red Cross. Everybody knows this.
Yeah, he was just he was a doctor for the Red Cross. It's fine. Look over that. So, and I did look up Roberto Gravra, whatever his name is. And this absolutely, it is, I mean, yes, he did work there. He did make this anonymous 4chan post. He is facing criminal charges. So
What? No.
there's got to be some type of, I mean, it feels a little legit to me. I'm just saying.
So what do you think? Before we leave this topic, let me ask you a question.
Oh God.
So if Epstein wasn't KO'd, where do you think? What do you think they did with him? What do you think happened to him?
Palm Beach Pete.
Oh my God.
He's Palm Beach Pete. I'm gonna say it now.
Oh, so you think he's just some rando, just like, I'm not trying to ban Palm Beach Pete, but let's catch some waves, dog. You think he's like Tottie's brother? Is that what you're telling me right now?
I don't know, man. The similarities are pretty fucking weird. I'm gonna say it.
I guess. I mean, you don't think they like shoved him in a bunker? Like, here you go, buddy.
I mean, probably, yeah. Like legit, like me being serious, if he is alive, he is probably surrounded by armed guards, living his best life somewhere, because they want to keep him happy so he doesn't come back and spill the tea on everybody.
Well, while they're doing that, did you see what Lady K said?
Yes, Lady K. I need you to interview Palm Beach Pete ASAP. Yes, I think it's a great idea.
So he really lives in Palm Beach, though?
Yeah, it's Palm Beach Pete.
Or is he just homeless on Palm Beach?
No, he's got a whole family, living a nice life. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm telling you. I think I might have saved something in here about Palm Beach Pete. Let me. I might not have because I thought you would have laughed.
That's my favorite podcast right there. So you can play that. The Ninjas or Butterflies.
Where?
Down over. You see where it says time travel? Is the time travel one of theirs?
Yes.
Yeah. Whatever you want. Like, that one and then one over it. Like that's literally my favorite podcast. I am fucking religiously watch those guys. They're fucking great. And they have great beards too.
They do. Yes. Yeah, I do. I'm a big fan of theirs. So I'll play this one.
Want to hear a crazy coincidence pertaining to history? December
Hey, Irate.
5th, 1664, a ship sank off the coast of Wales in the Menai Strait. 81 people on the ship died, and there was only one survivor, and his name was Hugh Williams. December 5th, 1785, the ship sunk in the exact same spot. Everyone died except one person. Can you guess his name?
Hugh Williams.
Hugh Williams.
What?
August 5th, 1821, a ship sank in this same spot. One survivor, Hugh Williams. August 19th, 1889, a coal barge sunk, same spot.
Right?
Except this time there was two survivors. Can you guess their name?
Huey and Hugh.
Both named Hugh Williams.
What the fuck?
Hugh Williams.
How is that possible?
It seems like this guy's like a time traveler.
Yeah.
He's like, I gotta fix this.
Because he's like, I got to stop this ship.
Want to hear a crazy?
What if it is a time traveler? Because that's way, I mean, coincidence is real, right? But that's way too many times to be a coincidence.
I think I would believe it more if the guy's name was Hugh Anus.
Oh my God. Of course you would say some shit like that. Hugh Janus. All right, here's another one from them.
You guys want to hear something terrifying? The Prophecy of the Popes. This book was found in the Vatican archives. Predicted every single pope from 1143 all the way to our current pope. But the scary thing is, after Pope Francis, the last one, it just says Judgment Day.
Oh, gosh.
It literally ends after Pope Francis?
Yes. The creepiest thing, inside St. Paul's Basilica, bordering the whole inner sanctuary, is every single pope, like a picture of every single pope. But what's weird is that there's only a certain amount of markers to where you can put a picture. There's one left after Pope Francis, but they have always said that once that last slot is filled, it will be the end of the world. What he predicted, and the time it took to go from the first pope that he wrote about to the halfway mark pope, was 422 years. And he's saying from the middle one to the end, another 422 years will be the end of the world. If you do 422 years from the middle pope, which was 1585, that year is 2027.
Dang!
It's even weirder. Pope John the 23rd, and he said that the end of the world would happen 2,000 years plus Christ's life. So that adds up to 2027. You guys want to hear something terrifying?
So that gave me literal whole body goosebumps.
Yeah. I mean, they really did find that book. Like, that's no bullshit. Like, that's a real fucking book. So I don't know. Believe what you want, I guess.
Hey, copy that. Turtle Dove, Jen. Yeah, like, I mean, it's a little creepy. So I'll give them that. They definitely they hit the creep factor. I was like, oh damn. So, and here is this one. I thought, there goes the crack in the voice. This one I thought was it was a little weird. So
I opened the box, and this is in it. And it has some very KKK's cross. Fucking. This was in my box of Velveeta.
So I'll admit, when I first saw that video, I took it with a grain of salt. But upon doing some further research, this is something that's happening very frequently. So all across Pennsylvania for the past few months, people have been finding these bizarre, cryptic, conspiracy-laden notes packaged with their food or other home good items. Someone found one of these notes in a Velveeta box. The person at the beginning found theirs in a Velveeta box. And they've been found in dog food containers, pasta, cake mix, candy, and cookies. Whoever's putting these notes in these boxes has access to a lot of food. Now, obviously, whatever this person is putting on these notes is coded in some way. I haven't really found anybody that's been able to decipher what this note actually means, but it's incredibly offensive and incredibly bizarre, making references to a number of disturbing topics. It really is a mystery. Who has access to this much food? Who's bringing these notes in and who's putting them in boxes? Obviously, whatever this person has tried to do by spreading this message has worked, because their message is now blasted all over social media, whatever that message is. But I really hope that they can find who's doing this and question them, because, I don't know, it's kind of concerning that this person's able to put this sort of a thing in food. Who knows what else this person could add into food products, especially if they have this sort of access already.
I opened the box.
I think that's what shocked me the most was if they're putting these little notes in my food, what else could they be doing to it? I mean, the notes are real fucking weird, right?
So
But
I'm
it's
gonna be
either
honest. I think I've got it pretty much pegged down.
yeah.
Yeah. So like, picture this. We're gonna go on a little journey real quick, if you will. So we got a gentleman by the name of Lorenzo that wakes up in the morning, hard day. He's a serious conspiracy theorist. Really believes in his work, and he works at a Velveeta factory. So he goes to work every day, and he takes these little notes and he slides them in your Velveeta skillets meals. That's what
I
I think it
mean,
is.
I I guess it's a little weird though. Don't fuck with my food, you know?
Well, I mean, I don't think like I'm pretty sure Velveeta's not like, oh yeah, we've cracked the code. Velveeta, that's right. I don't know.
Yes, Tartan. I watch him on YouTube. I watch a lot of his paranormal stuff. And then I found him on TikTok and he does shit like this. And I was like, oh, I like him even more. Yes, Mama T, they do. I actually have a video about that in here. Right here.
I'll just give you one example. If you go to McDonald's anywhere in the world, you will find French fries or chips, as you call them, and you will find that they're always made from the same potato, the russet Burbank potato. This is a potato from America that's unusually long and difficult to grow, but that's what they want because when you're McDonald's, you like those red boxes with a little bouquet of very long chips. It looks really good. And so they insist that all their potatoes be russet Burbanks. And they further insist that they have no blemishes at all. There's a very common defect of russet Burbank potatoes called net necrosis. And you've seen potatoes with a little brown line sometimes or spots that come through it. Well, McDonald's won't buy them if your potatoes have that. And the only way to eliminate that is to eliminate an aphid. And the only way to do that is with a pesticide called Monitor that is so toxic that the farmers who grow these potatoes.
You know what aphids are, right?
Yeah.
Those are those little white bugs that are freaking beautiful and look like little tiny fairies, but they're eat all the
They're
pretty
not
plants.
fairies, dog. You have to stop calling them
They
that. They're
look
not
like little fairies. Yes,
They
they
don't look like
do.
little fairies. They look like little fur balls just floating around. They don't look nothing like
No, I'm
I don't know
saying
what kind of
close.
movie are you watching?
When you look at an aphid up close, they look like a tiny little fairy.
No, it does not.
Don't you steal my joy.
A fairy is like you remember like what Tinkerbell, like that was a fairy, wasn't it, right? That's a fairy. I don't think of like gotta be like a little person with wings.
They look like a fucking fairy. Okay.
They don't look like a little person with wings. Nothing like that.
They're beautiful.
Saying. They're not.
Stop it.
Nope.
Yep.
I am.
I was in Idaho, won't venture outside into their fields for 5 days after they spray.
So what they're spraying these potatoes with to make them perfect, the farmers won't even enter the field for 5 days after it's been sprayed. And we're eating that.
And then when they harvest their potatoes, they have to put them in these atmosphere-controlled sheds the size of a football stadium because they're not edible for 6 weeks. They have to off-gas all the chemicals. So you see the desire for a certain kind of chip leads to a certain kind of agriculture. I'll just give you.
And then they have to lock them up for 6 weeks because you can't eat them because they're still poisonous.
I mean, or you could just look at it as like a wine, you know, we're just locking it away to let it we're letting it you know, it's aging. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, I'm sorry, JP. I just ruined French fries for you, okay? They are ruined to did, okay? McDonald's French fries are now ruined for me. That lady, I seen her pull a damn double cheeseburger out of a wrapper from 86. And it still looked like you could warm it up in the microwave and eat it. Okay. And now I know that their French fries are toxic. I'm terrified. The only place I'm ever eating again is Taco Bell. You're screwed now.
What the fuck?
Yep.
No. No.
all,
No.
all because of this video. You're screwed.
I refuse.
Mm-hmm. All right. So then we'll go to this one.
When we first discovered the Titanic.
And this one is about the Titanic. We're not going to watch all of it because it is almost 5 minutes long. But for those of you who do have
Hey,
TikTok, I will drop the link. Hey, Avian.
No, Avian's my friend. Don't say hi to him.
That is my family, sir. You cannot dictate who I can or cannot say hi to when they are my family.
Did you just call me a dictator?
You are a dictator.
I was not allowed to tell the true story because actually I served in naval intelligence for 30 years.
The Titanic was really a cover for a highly classified military operation to investigate 2 nuclear submarines that we lost during the Cold War with all hands.
When Robert Ballard found the Titanic, the world hailed him for closing one of history's greatest mysteries, with an iceberg as the final culprit. But what his cameras recorded wasn't the end of the story. It was the beginning of a horrifying case. Upon closer analysis, far from the impact gash, a section of the steel hull was warped and buckled, as if it had been superheated by an invisible fire from within. Was the iceberg not the sole perpetrator, but merely the executioner of a preordained death sentence?
Now, is this new news to you, or have you heard about this before?
I have heard somewhat about this because there was some individuals on the Titanic that supposedly, like, you know, we didn't want around anymore, yada, yada, yada. So, you know, I don't know if there's any truth or anything behind it. I know, well, real quick, before, you know, we go on, I did want to say that I do know there's some truth behind Ryan's bald. So I do know that, but I don't know if there's any, real, like, I don't know. I'd just be curious.
Well,
I've heard about it, but I've never really looked into it, I guess.
There is a documentary on this, on, is it they call it national, one of the national channels, like National Discovery, National Geographic, whatever. So maybe we'll have to look that up and watch it, and because I think that's where some of these clips came from in this TikTok. Was that documentary.
Interesting.
So
yeah, I didn't know that.
But yeah, and we'll see what the next one is. We have about 15 minutes left.
What happens in 15 minutes?
I have to end in about 15 minutes.
Oh.
Silly goose.
I didn't know if there was something going on in 15 minutes, like is someone else going live?
No, not that I know of.
Is someone else going? Mama T, are you going live?
Sapphire, are you going live?
Sapphire, are you going
live? All right. You want to watch about the Hoover Dam conspiracy?
Indeed.
There's a theory that the Hoover Dam is secretly a demonic throne and that the government put angels there to cover it up. You go to the Hoover Dam, you're gonna see something really odd. There's a spot that has 2 giant winged statues made out of bronze. They look like angels, right? They are technically called the winged figures of the Republic, but this is the weird part. No one officially says what they are. They're not angels, they're not demons, they're figures. And that's not random. There's actually a floor underneath them that is a cosmic map. Shows the exact alignment of the stars the day that the dam was completed. Like they wanted aliens or gods to find this later. You'd think it's just some artsy little design, right? But the guy who made that design said that this is specifically supposed to last for thousands of years. Like that design was supposed to outlive our civilization. And this is where it gets a little darker. People also call this place the throne of the devil. why would a dam need a cosmic star map and then two 20, 30-foot bronze guardians? Then all of these like occult looking type symbols. Well, get this. So
Is it just me, or does the way is her voice annoying as shit?
No, it's annoying as shit. Like if anybody else would have done this, I'd have been
Symbols.
like, yeah, bro.
I can't. When people drag on that way, like that guy that used to make videos with the top five, the semi, when he would say semi, he ran into a semi. Oh my god, I
What?
can't.
What
That
are you
guy was
talking
his name?
about?
Chills or whatever. He did the
Oh yeah.
and he called semis semis.
Yeah. He drove a semi truck. What the
Oh
fuck, dude?
god,
Just
I
say it.
can't. But yes, ignore her annoying voice. Okay, ignore. But the rest, it's actually like, why all this weird symbols? I, I I've always thought that there was something weird about that place. I'm just gonna say it. So
over 100 workers died while building the dam. And some people do believe that their bodies were sealed into the concrete and that they were considered to be sacrifices to bless sculpture. And then on top of all of this, the location of these statues don't really make any sense. Like, why would they have these big designs at a power plant? And if you're religious, you also have to remember Satan was originally an angel. Another crazy thing to note is that the Hoover Dam has been featured in dozens of end-of-the-world movies, disaster scenes, and games. It has always been the center of destruction and secret technology. And then it's like, is that a coincidence, or is it programming for us to see it as the key to something? Even the name Hoover comes from a president who was involved in major US power shifts, literal power and electricity. And this makes you wonder if the government is trying to hide in plain sight. Massive monuments with spiritual symbolism built into them. Government approved, celebrated, protected, and most of us never even question it. So when you pass by and you take a little selfie, you don't even realize you are standing on what some call a throne. But the question remains, a throne for who exactly? Let me know your thoughts in the comments and follow for.
I mean, it clocks, right? All this shit is weird. Why is it so weird?
I mean, the fucking Denver airport is weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's symbols and shit everywhere. I'm with Vladdy right now. I'm hoovering right now.
You're hoovering?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so Sapphire actually brought up this earlier. And so I figured we would play this one.
Look like you're in a studio, maybe in Omaha, Nebraska or something. The shot is so clear. Is this a hoax? Are you really in space still?
See the hair? See the hair?
Oh yeah, we see your hair, and we can totally see the hairspray that is quite obviously in your hair. But that's not even the worst part of this video. Now keep your eyes right here. He obviously pulls on something, a wire harness, something. And then there's this guy who's handling something invisible and then putting it on the shelf where it's obviously supposed to go. And then there's this guy who's just casually floating back and forth just to show we're in space in case you forgot. And then we have this guy here. It's the incredible disappearing astronaut. What just happened there? Now, this astronaut is looking like he's trying to demonstrate something, so he goes to pull out a screw and drops it.
Wait. Why did the screw fall?
Well, if you knew anything about astrophysics, you would know that the telemetry of the screw and the precise speed of space and the sunlight and the asteroids of Venus didn't line up correctly, so that caused some gravitational pull from the moon, which caused the screw to fall.
Oh, okay. Science.
Yeah, science. Bill
Okay.
Nye.
Got it.
And here we have Tom Cruise in the first Mission Impossible movie wearing a harness. Oh, no, it's just an astronaut wearing a harness. Check this one out. This dude totally gets his leg stuck. Like right there. Here, I had to show it again. Look at that.
What?
Now, we all know that they do actually train astronauts underwater to mimic what it's like to be in outer space. But in this next footage here, it's supposed to be a spacewalk when you can clearly see in the reflection what looks to be a scuba diver taking the video.
I don't know.
Look like you're in a.
I mean, the other shit's pretty fucking weird. Like,
That shit was
I,
just funny as hell. I ain't even lie.
I didn't think they were supposed to just drop like that. You know? But hey, that's just me. And then I think I showed you. Oh, here we got a Palm Beach Pete. I told you.
You know it's weird whenever TMZ is left speechless after interviewing Palm Beach Pete, the guy who looks like Jeffrey Epstein.
Wait, hold on. Wait, in 2019, you're saying you lived in New York City?
Yes.
Oh so you've been everywhere you go.
All they were
Wait,
doing
what?
was asking Palm Beach Pete where he was living in certain years, and he was telling them he was living in cities where Jeffrey was living at the same time. Him granting this interview with TMZ is part of basically his world tour of trying to prove that he is not the man everyone is saying.
Look, do you see this? Look
Nah,
at
dog,
that.
he parts his hair different. That's not the same guy. Look at his hair. It's parted
Look-
different. That's
look
definitely
at
not
that.
him.
Look at that fucking line underneath his nose. Look at the nose holes. They literally, like, one is off and elongated.
Nah, his name is Palm Beach Pete, and the other guy's name's Jeffrey Epstein.
Bitch, don't play with me.
Morning, everybody. This is Palm Beach Pete. I'm not Jeffrey Epstein. I'm just Palm Beach Pete.
Oh, I'm not Jeffrey Epstein. Why do you have to scream it everywhere? If you weren't Jeffrey Epstein, you wouldn't say I'm not Jeffrey Epstein fucking everywhere.
I mean, to be fair, there's probably like people walking down the street like, holy fuck, do you see that guy? Hey, it's probably, he might be getting a little bit tired of being like, these motherfuckers. You know, I'm just
So I'm
saying.
not Jeffrey Epstein. Hey, everybody, this is Palm Beach Pete. I'm not Jeffrey Epstein. I'm Palm Beach Pete. I'm Palm Beach Pete. It's Palm Beach Pete.
Okay, you might be right.
That's Palm Beach Pete. I'm not Epstein. I'm just Palm Beach Pete. Totally not Jeffrey Epstein.
Totally not.
Kicked off
Totally
the
not.
conspiracy theory that was already going.
Do you see this?
You
Look
might
at
be
this.
right. Okay.
Look at the lining of the fucking teeth. Even the teeth, like here. This, if it's not him, he has. This is his exact doppelganger. Exact. This is
I might
wild,
have to
right?
retract my last statement. We found out what happened to him after he got smuggled into the van. He went to what? Does he live in Florida? That's not
That's what I'm saying. Like, we need Lady K. We need her on this right now.
When you're there, Lady K, like jab him with like a little something and he gets some DNA. We'll actually we'll send it off somewhere.
Yes. Give him a Coke and then steal the Coke can.
What the hell's that gonna do?
Right? You get his DNA.
What are you gonna do off the Coke can though?
His saliva.
Nah, you don't want his saliva. Ugh. You don't want that.
Look, JP gets it. JP gets it. She says, Palm Beach Pete protests too much.
I have to agree. Like after a while, you'd be like, all right, I have to stop doing this. Like I'm kind of looking guilty right now.
Look, Sapphire says they even have the same birthday. You got me fucked up.
I mean,
On about this man, but now they are comparing his dental records, they are comparing the wrinkles on his face, smile lines, the bags underneath his eyes. But his family is still saying, no, guys, this is just Palm Beach Pete. He is not Jeffrey. We just thought TMZ was shocked whenever they interviewed this man, but now they have found this man in the files. These two they are assuming is Palm Beach Pete. Because in an email they said, saw your twin last night. My heart almost jumped out of my chest when I saw him. The similarity is unbelievable. You know it's weird.
Palm Beach Pete's in the damn files.
so we know he's not. So he's not. He's not fucking.
You don't know that. You don't. It could just be a game. Like, oh, I'm gonna mention myself in the files as a twin of mine. You know, premeditating.
Uh-huh.
So I do. I have 3 videos that I want to play before we leave. So we are going to. I've actually showed you this one. Wait, no. No, we've seen this one. That one with the nuclear blast.
All the fake. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then this is 8 conspiracy theories that have turned out to be completely true.
8 conspiracy theories that turned out to be completely true. The last one will blow your mind. Number 1, the government admitted in 1995 that they conducted secret radiation experiments on U.S. citizens without consent for decades. Number 2.
And that's true. They did admit that. There's been
Gay
multiple.
Thanos.
Gay Thanos. Oh, there was the voice crack. You guys got it. Tweet, you missed it.
You sound like a nerd.
Shut up.
I love you.
CIA
Hey,
really
Gay
did
Thanos.
secretly dose Americans with LSD without their knowledge in Project MKUltra to study mind control techniques. Number 3. Big tobacco companies knew cigarettes caused cancer since the 1950s, but actively covered it up and lied for 50 years. Number 4. The FBI actually did spy on Martin Luther King Jr. and sent him letters trying to blackmail him into committing suicide. Number 5. The U.S. government deliberately infected hundreds of black men with syphilis in Tuskegee and watched them die without treatment for 40 years. Number 6. Pharmaceutical companies knew opioids were highly addictive, but bribed doctors to prescribe them anyway, creating the opioid epidemic.
And we know that's factual. I mean, the opioid epidemic was absolutely created by doctors and big pharma.
Yeah, that's hard. That's hard to not. I mean, there's obviously people out there that'll argue that, but that's a tough one. That's a tough pill to swallow. No pun intended.
Well, people that live in like the Appalachians and where it hit the hardest, they will absolutely tell you that big pharma created the opioid epidemic. So,
Number 7. The NSA was illegally spying on every American's phone calls, emails, and internet history, which Edward Snowden proved in 2013. Before I say the last one, make sure to hit that follow button to
shut
support
up.
the channel. Number
Okay.
8. The Gulf of Tonkin incident that started the Vietnam War was completely fabricated, and the U.S. government admitted it was a lie decades later.
I mean, conspiracy theories have been getting debunked every day.
Yeah. You you're not wrong there.
Yeah.
Who's
and
that guy?
then he talks a lot about conspiracy and stuff. But this is another video I wanted to play.
In the last 6 years, we've had a global pandemic, turned out to be bullshit. Nobody cares. Nobody gets in trouble. Nobody gives a shit.
Fact.
We find out that aliens are real. Nothing changes.
Nope.
Nobody gives a shit. Nothing happens.
Nope.
A global pedophile ring. Nothing happens. Nobody gets in trouble. Nobody gives a shit. We found out all the politicians are basically inside trading. That's how they make $140,000 a year. And then by the end of their fucking term, or just in a couple of years, they're worth like $240 million. Nobody gets in trouble. Nobody gives a shit.
That's fine.
Nothing changes. Found out the president actually was fake. Nothing happens.
Yeah, it's
Nobody
fine.
gets in trouble. Nobody gives a shit. 9/11 was staged. Nothing happens. Nobody gives a shit.
Can
Nobody
you
cares.
stop
Changes.
right there? Can you stop right there? Let me make sure. What did he say there?
That 9/11 was staged and nobody gives a fuck, nobody gives a shit, nobody gets in trouble.
Who literally the fucking day after it happened? Who here? Who here? Who? Oh, me? Is that what you're talking about? Me? The fucking day after it? Yeah, dude. 9/11 was.
That's a touchy subject for a lot of people.
I mean, it's awful that those people lost their lives. for what the real reason. The real
Mhm.
reason is it's diabolical. It's literally fucking diabolical.
Yeah.
I
So,
agree, Mama Bear. I agree 100%.
so I'm gonna hit play.
This is like from the year 2020 to 2026, like every other day is like a conspiracy theory being proven right, but nothing changes. Nobody gets in trouble. Nobody gives a shit. The whole Somalian thing, all these politicians that are like stealing billions of dollars, they don't get in trouble. Nothing happens. Nobody gives a shit. I mean, yeah, of course we all give a shit online, and we're like, "Bro, I fucking told you," blah. But it's like literally like nothing happens. Nobody gets in trouble. No one gives a shit. Charlie Kirk told that guy totally did not just kill him. Like that one fucking tranny dude did not kill him.
Can I interrupt and say, I don't think that Charlie Kirk was assassinated. So
Nothing happens. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody gets in trouble. Like it's like we started a country because Britain was charging us 3% tax. Now we pay 36% tax. Nobody gets in trouble. Nothing changes. Nobody gives a shit. Like it's like, I think that's the most infuriating thing about finding out all these conspiracy theories that we've had. Oh, Pizzagate. Pizzagate's fucking real. Nobody gets in trouble. Nothing changes. Nobody gives a shit. It's like, it is so mind-boggling how they've like changed and manipulated the way our society and social norms are by just like releasing an overload of information that we're just like, I told you. I told you. It's like, I just don't understand. We should be taking these people into the fucking streets and like executing them. Like, I mean, seriously, like that's like what we should be doing. That's what our fucking great grandfathers and great grandmothers would be doing. I just don't understand how we find out these life altering conspiracy theories that turn out to be true and nothing happens. Nobody gets in trouble and no one gives a shit. It's like, it's fucking insane. It's fucking insane. I mean, what are your thoughts? It's fucking crazy.
I pretty much agree with everything that he said in that video.
Let me say something here real quick. So let's think about this for a second. Now let's imagine for a second that now I know the scenario would be a little different, but in a nutshell, let's imagine for a second that the Epstein files was released 40 years ago. 50 years ago. Hell, let's go back. Let's go a little bit further back. Let's just say 60. Let's say 60 years ago. Let's say they were released 60 years ago. What do you think would have happened then if something like this would have came out and details were being released and all this other stuff? What do you think the public would have done then?
Oh, it would have been mass riots, people dragging public officials out of their home, burning them in the streets. I mean, it would have been absolute chaos, in my opinion.
But at the end of the day, you also have to think that also shows them that that's who's in charge, is the corrupt. You know what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's crazy that, I don't know, it seems like they throw so much at us, so that way we're constantly overloaded with, let's just say, the war, right? Now you got the Epstein files, the war, Trump's crazed fucking Truth Social posts, like them wanting to do the 25th Amendment. Like, now they want him to take a competency test, which I fully agree he needs to take. But like there's so much that it's like overload.
Yeah, it's hard to wade through the bullshit, I think, at the end of the day. So
It
uh,
definitely, yeah.
that's the thing, is like, that's my big thing, is I don't think there's just like a couple corrupt people. I think they're all corrupt. At the end of the day, when you break it down, there's not one single individual that steps foot on that ground. Maybe a fucking
I maybe a
Secret
handful.
Service agent, maybe a Secret Service agent or something like that. I'm gonna go as far as none. They're all corrupt, in my opinion. There's not one single soul that it steps foot anywhere in these facilities, and I'm sorry, has any kind of truth bone in their body. They're all corrupt as fuck, every single one of them.
No. Okay, I lied. So we have 2 more videos and then we're done. I want to show the one where they talk about the book. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we could
Mhm.
I agree with that as well, Cinnamon. I absolutely agree with that.
I would watch for Barron, because here's the thing. There's also another book called Barron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey. Ingersoll Lockwood wrote this book too in the late 1800s, depicting this character.
They picked those same names.
Yes. Barron Trump. That is a book. Yes. Ingersoll Lockwood wrote both these books. Right?
In the 1800s.
Yes. I believe it was like 1893, 1896, something like that.
Then there has to be time travelers.
Well, here's the thing. In the book, Barron Trump is a time traveler. No bullshit. All this is in the book, you guys. And guess what? So he time travels, right? He has a mentor.
Sapphire says she has this book.
Oh shit.
That's crazy.
Named Don. This is in the book. So, here's the theory. That Trump actually has some type of time travel technology only because Donald Trump's uncle, John G. Trump, worked for the FBI. Now, when Nikola Tesla died, they sent him in because he's a scientist, he's a physicist, engineer, smart guy. So they're like, hey, go in to Nikola Tesla's, room and decipher all his works and whatnot. Because, Nikola Tesla discovered free energy and a multitude of things, right? So Donald Trump's uncle goes in there and says, we didn't find anything. A bunch of BS.
True.
You don't think that Nikola Tesla, who had discovered free energy and manipulated electromagnetism, which had that you can, in theory, bend time, light, and space. This man's works was confiscated by him and he didn't find anything?
All true. All that is 100% true.
Yep, everything he said about the book is true. I have read majority of it online. You can download like the PDF of the book. And back when Pizzagate was a big thing, when what was that show, that the documentary that everybody watched about Pizzagate? You remember that?
Oh, I do. I don't remember what it was called though.
Yep, around that time, I had heard about the book and I had downloaded the PDF and started reading it, and I was like, holy shit, like. And then you were interested in the Nikola Tesla part of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Nikola Tesla was a fucking genius.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can argue all you want. The man was, in my opinion, he was just as smart as fucking Albert Einstein. I'm sorry, but like he was a literal genius. And to walk into his studies and be like, we didn't find anything.
Bullshit.
Come on. You didn't find anything? There wasn't one little, nothing in there that piqued your curiosity that could have been like, oh, wait, this could mean something. There's no way. There is no way. That's like you, okay, name your favorite band, okay? They open up their house to you and you're allowed to go in there. You know what I'm saying? And you go in there and you walk out, you're like, man, wasn't cool at all. Like, no, you're not going to do that. Come on.
Yeah. There's no way that they didn't find something. You know, that he had, that he had so many like unreleased projects, things he was working on. Stop that. You can't lie to us. Like,
I don't know how much of this is true, but there's, I mean, they did say that they took boxes on boxes on boxes on boxes of material, full of paperwork, full of just different odds and ends, out of dude's laboratory, if you will,
right.
and that it was tucked away. So I think a lot of that was we didn't find anything, was to just be like, hey, look, don't pay attention to this.
Absolutely. They can lie to you, and they do and will. Yep. I agree with that. So that's why it's always best that you look into everything yourself, but definitely take mental health breaks. Because some of this shit does get dark and scary, and you just need a break. So there's been many of times where Ghost has been like, hey, take a break from the Epstein files. Hey, take a break from the news. So I get it.
Yeah, especially what's going on nowadays, because it's a lot.
It is a lot. So I do want to end on one video, and you probably know which one I'm going to pick. It's just how many people the Epstein files had ties to, or the people that had ties to Epstein. This video pretty much shows us almost everybody mentioned.
Actually, before you play that, if you go to my community wall,
oh yeah,
so excuse me, I'm sorry. I was just clued in on a website that I'd never heard of, I'd never seen before. So Back Bavarian, he put a link in his community wall, and I was like, what is this? I've never seen this before. And I went to it, and it is a website to where you can go and basically type in anybody's name. If you think if you're wondering if they're in the Epstein files or not, you can literally go to that site, type in their name, and it will pull up how many. It pulls up all the information, more or less. How many times they were mentioned in what we have, what they were mentioned about, how many emails they were about, like everything. It's absolutely wild. So like if you're into that and you're kind of curious about it, go to my community wall, go down, it's like 3 or 4 posts down. Like I said, the person's name's Back Bavarian. It says a clever way to browse the Epstein files. We love it. I agree. Like it's so easy to like go through there and like look at things. So if you're ever curious about that, go check that out.
Yeah, I was absolutely shocked. I'm going to say it. Once we typed in Trump's name and seen how many times he was mentioned in the Epstein files. Yikes. So, before we end it today, I'm going to play this video, and then we'll come back and we'll tell you guys bye, and then we'll end it from there. So, here's our last one for the day. and the music stops, and then you'll see presidents there. This is all the people that were mentioned in the Epstein files misbehaving. Somebody took and made an AI video
Or
of
had
all the
ties.
names. Yeah, or had ties to Epstein. It's crazy, stink bug potato. I look back and I think about the ties to Nickelodeon, and it sickens me. So now we all know why Rob Schneider, isn't that his name? The guy that ran Nickelodeon. Now we all know why he was.
No, was that his name?
I
thought Rob Schneider was the comedian.
That's what I think so too, but I think his last name is something like that. But that guy was a total creep weirdo. None of us knew it until later in life into adulthood. Yes, Jay, did you seen that too? Yes, there was also missing Johnny Gotch. His milk carton was sitting in one of the rooms in the video. And Dan Schneider. Thank
There
you,
you go.
Vladdy.
Yeah, Vladdy. Yes, Vladdy.
Yeah, so I'm telling you, misbehaving, like, take mental health breaks, but definitely look at it for yourself, you know? Don't take everybody's words on it and look into it for yourself. So everybody's going to see it differently. And we all have our own views with things, and, you know, it happens. But do you have any final thoughts you want to say?
Can I put myself big on the screen?
Yeah, sure.
Sweet.
Oh
So,
my God. Founder of Ryan Has Herpes Foundation.
I'd just like to say before I go, guys, that I've decided to go ahead and start a generous foundation known as Ryan Has Herpes. If you'd like to donate, you can donate at $Ghost and Peachy. Your donations will be sent to me, and I will make sure that everyone knows that Ryan has herpes and is a bald man. For anyone out there that really it just hits home for a fat guy that has herpes, that's bald, that probably lives at home with his mom. If you want to donate to something, if that tugs at your heartstrings, you just let me know.
Oh my God. I can't with you some days.
Hashtag Ryan's bald. Bye, guys.
That's so rude. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us today. I don't know, maybe we'll do this like once a month or so. Maybe we'll start to get like other people to come up and chit chat with us while we do them.
I know Case was super interested. He was busy today, so shout out to Case. I know you're probably listening. I appreciate you. But I know he had mentioned something that if we ever do one of these, he would like to be a guest. So that would be fun. I think. I like Case's views on some things, and I think it's been interesting. Him and I talking about the whole conspiracy stuff. So that'd be fun. I think.
Ryan, Mags, Ryan is.
Hey, wait, can I tell her? Let me do it. Let me tell her. I gotta go big screen again. Hold on. I gotta go big screen. And then we gotta go. You gotta give me a second. We gotta go over here. Oh, nope. I gotta stay big screen. So Ryan is actually Gypsy Rose's ex. Oh wait, that's not it either. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Ryan is Gypsy Rose's ex. As you can see in this picture here, he's a fat piece of shit. that is a grifter on the internet. He's bald, as you can see in this here, bald as fuck. And you know, normally, Mags, I wouldn't give a shit. Yeah, ex-cuck. Thank you, Vladdy. That's a good way to put it. Normally, I wouldn't give a shit, Mags, but you know, I just feel like this fat man, this monster of a man, needs to just go ahead and shave it off. Are you going through my pictures right now? Is that you?
Yeah.
I like this one.
Oh God.
She kicked herself off stage. Na, 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 na.
I'm back on stage, asshole.
Oh, Ryan's fat. Hashtag Ryan's bald. If you like to donate, donate. You know, Ryan has herpes.
Yep, that he does. So thanks everybody for coming and hanging out with me. And you'll probably see Ghost go live before you see me go live. So we will
Ryan Salt.
we'll see you guys
Did you
later.
drink my Mountain Dew? Did you drink my Mountain Dew? Let me smell your breath. Let me smell your breath. Oh, you Mountain Dew drinking bitch. Drinking all the Mountain Dew.
Shut the fuck up. You're a fucking cunt. Shut the fuck up. You're a stupid cunt. Suck my dick. Shut the fuck up. Stop being a fucking cunt. Shut the fuck up. Nobody even wants you here. Yeah. What? Yeah. I just wanna let you know you're a stupid fucking cunt. Go ahead and run your mouth, pussy, I don't give a fuck. You're a stupid piece of shit. You're a stupid fucking bitch. Get the fuck up off my dick. Get the fuck up off my dick. Like, please end your fucking life. Please end your fucking life. I really got